Drummers Against Implied Timekeeping, Richard D. Albus. This is in praise of blast beaters, or drummers who are playing thrash metal, death metal, speed metal. I want to talk a little bit about that style of drumming and just give you some insights of what I'm seeing. As a disclaimer, this is my opinion only. Bear with me always, all right? Understand, I'm trying to get those of you who are coming in to visit here insights as to what to be looking for and understand, okay? Clearly, I'm of the opinion that for the past 25 years, from 1992 to now, blast beaters are the vanguard, or the players that are moving the drums, the drum set, in the most technically advanced way that is just bringing out more things in drumming than any other style, no question. Many years ago, from maybe 1920 to 1967, jazz was the vanguard, was the cutting edge of drumming. But from 92 to now, 25 years, even though metal started in the early 80s, the development of blast beaters has really taken on such technical precision, and I am learning as much as I can from them. I've been playing drums for 49 years, so I've seen changes, but I'm learning mostly from blast beaters on the technical side. But I want to give you some alternative views about it and how to approach it, because I think if you're learning the drums, it is no disadvantage to learn blast beating. The idea of playing very fast with your feet and your hands with precision will help you in other styles. And I'm not sure if other people realize that. Because if you can develop 280 beats per minute with your feet, and blast beats with your hands and feet, it helps your dexterity to play soft. All right, so hats off and praises for every one of those guys who are touring and playing and recording and really bringing the drums out in its most technical form. But there's a downside, and this is why I want to talk a little bit about it. Stylistically, the songs that are made, the albums that have been put out, really a lot of them since the early 90s, as metal changed, it got a little progressive, maybe starting about 10 years ago. Time changes and different textures. But still, the songs that go into thrash metal, death metal, speed metal, may not have the longevity 20, 30, 40, 50 years out because of the melodic structure. It's so rhythmic. Without the melodic taste to it, it may not have that prominence in 50 years that it had maybe now or 20 years ago. And I want drummers to understand that, because if you're playing thrash metal, death metal, speed metal, and you're learning to play blast beats, as I am, this is good, and you should pursue it at all times. I do not like the idea of jazz guys, pop guys, rock guys, punk, whatever, looking down on blast beaters. That is a ridiculous thing, because to develop the technical aspects of the foot and your hands to do blast beats is something that is great, and it can be applied to other styles. And this is why I want you to temper what you're learning. So many drummers are presenting unbelievable physical technique that I love to the drums. But the music, thrash music or death metal, with the lead singer, and you all know what it is, I'm sure if you haven't, I'd be surprised, but this does not translate over the long haul. And if you're playing as long as I have, I want you to see that. to branch out into other styles is what I'm trying to say. Because clearly, I'm learning to blast as fast as I can. I'm at 210 beats per minute, and my hands have, I'm never going to be. I've played every style except thrash metal or speed metal. I'd love to, but I don't have the speed to get up to 250, 270, and the time and the effort to apply it. It's just, I'm too old for that now. But the principle of knowing it is important, and I want every drummer that is learning the drums to apply themselves to get your feet up to speed, even if you've never played a speed metal band. If you can get it up to 250, I think is the 240, and your hands to blast at that range neatly will help you in other styles. So hats off to blast beaters always. But try and understand that the music itself does not lend itself to longevity. It just doesn't, because it doesn't have any melodic structure to it. It's all rhythm and lends itself to drums. And I want you to understand that, because if you're learning to play 250 beats per minute, over the 5-year period that you're playing when you start in your teenage years, if you want to think long-term out, you're not going to be doing that. And I want you to apply the principles, though, to whatever style you are learning. And you will change. And that's what's great. Styles change, and just different rhythms change. And I'm of the thinking, having a good just groundwork of understanding blast beats helps if you're playing jazz or pop or punk or funk or Latin especially. My God, you wouldn't think of it. But I've actually had the opportunity to apply some of the things that I know and I've learned from teenagers, and I'm 60, and I'm still learning from 20-somethings. But the downside of this is you get caught up in just the speed for the sake of speed, and it's not very creative, and you have to be careful with that. So I want you to branch out to other things. So I don't want to be contradictory. I happen to think blast beaters are the vanguard of drums for the past 25 years, so no question about it. But I'm also thinking a lot of thrash metal, death metal, has become stale musically. The style just does not lend itself to have a permanence. So I want you, as a drummer, if you are learning to blast, continue learning and getting your speed together. But try things that take a little bit more dexterity, and jazz would be the best to do that, to work on other styles. If you have particular questions, feel free to ask me in the comments section. I'll answer as best as I can. It's difficult sometimes in just typing it out. And I'm on Facebook.com/Drummers Against Implied Timekeeping. And hey and hi to everybody, every drummer that's coming over here to see what I'm up to playing in the open-handed position. The things that I'm teaching are to give you independence and creativity, but it should also help your power, all right? And that's the purpose here. I've been at it almost 5 years, and what I'm teaching is developing independence with your hands. And it should definitely help you as a blast beater if you are. And if you are playing speed metal or thrash or anything like that, I'd love to hear from you and find out what's going on as far as your work and what you're trying to do. And hopefully the things that I'm teaching in my catalog, and please go into the catalog and see the things that I'm teaching with remote hi-hats as well. I'm sure it will help in whatever you're doing. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Your subscription is the support for me to continue. And thanks for that always. So this is kind of an observation on blast beaters and speed metal, thrash metal, death metal. Hats off, always. You guys are the vanguard of the form, and continued success. But I want you to temper it a little bit with other styles. All right? Take care. Let me know what you think.